Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by 7-1 light heavyweight Jermaine Springer. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Good.
Against Thomas Whitaker Hart. Just tell us first of all how long you've known about the fight and how it came together.
Yeah, so the fight's on Matchroom. It's I've known for about this fight for about 4 weeks, roughly. For about 4 weeks, and been looking forward to it. As soon as I got the opportunity to fight, the possibility of fighting Thomas Hart, I knew about him previously in amateurs. I wasn't sure how he'd done in the pros, but I was eager at the opportunity once I got told about it.
You're obviously coming off a really good win against an unbeaten fighter in Casey Connolly. And it looks like from the date, it must have been one of the last fights before the lockdown was imposed as well.
Yeah, it was definitely. I was one of the lucky boxers that managed to fight before lockdown. I think I fought on the Saturday, and by the Friday after, we'd gone into full lockdown. And at the time, they were struggling getting people into the country. Other opposition boxers coming to the country. So the show was going to be off that day, but luckily, we only had 4 or 5 fights on that show, and it managed to go through. So.
And you came through that one by a point. What do you remember about the fight, and how do you review your own performance?
I thought it was a decent fight. I thought the scorecards, the referee called it a little bit closer than what it was. But I rate Casey. He's a good fighter from a good gym, and obviously he came to fight. Likewise, I came to fight, and I showed some good skill. I wasn't overly pleased with my performance, but I did enough, and yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad performance.
You were just 2 fights removed from the first defeat of your pro career against Boris Crichton. What can you tell us about that fight?
Yeah, that was a tough loss to take. I was really excited and looking forward to going to the fight. I didn't. Obviously, it was like a four man tournament, and I didn't know who was going to fight until the weigh-in the day before.
Okay.
So the draw got drawn the day before, and I realised I was fighting Boris Crichton. In that sort of format of a competition, you've got to be ready for everybody. There was also Diego Costa in there, Daryl Sharp, Boris, and I was kind of training for all different styles. Obviously, Daryl Sharp's a southpaw, Diego Costa is a little bit smaller, comes forward, strong puncher, and whereas Boris is more of a good boxer with good power. So it was a different format. It was good. And like I said, I went into the match feeling really confident, and it just wasn't my day. I got caught early in the first round. It put me down, caught me on top of the temple, and I couldn't really recover from that. I tried. I felt like if I had a bit more time, just to get my feet back under me, I could have pushed on and maybe give a good final effort. But the way the fight was going, obviously he was winning. I'd been knocked down in the first round, and it was an uphill struggle from there.
And do you think someone like Whitaker Hart will look at that and maybe try and jump on you early, having seen that fight?
Yeah, a similar thing that I thought Casey would do. But yeah, people might see that as a vulnerability now that I can be caught cold. But like I said, I think it's one of them things. I just got caught, and I doubt it'll happen again. Touch wood. Like it's not like it's not like in my habit to start cold and get caught early. It was just one of them things that happened that day, and I don't see it happening again.
How much have you seen of Whitaker Hart? Obviously, he's only had 4 fights as a pro, all against journeyman so far, but a very good amateur.
Yeah, really good amateur. I've not seen any of his pro fights back, but I remember at the time watching. I think I watched him fight on the Matchroom show, and I think it might have been fighting Daryl Sharp or another opposition fighter, and that's the only pro fight that I've seen to date. He's a good fighter. Like I said, he's got a really good amateur background. I've seen him win the ABAs against Lyndon Arthur, a really good fighter. Obviously, he's gone on to win the Commonwealth Games. And I've seen him box in a few GB championships. I've seen him actually box Boris Crichton on YouTube as well. So I've seen more of his amateur stuff. So we know what it's about. We know what it's about, to be honest.
And how do you think your style will mesh with his?
I think it'll be a good fight. He's more of a he's not just like a one-trick pony. He's an all-round good fighter. He's got good speed, good power, good jab. He likes to fight at distance, and he can fight up in close on the inside. So I think it's going to match well because I'm going to bring the fire. This is my opportunity. Like I don't get opportunities like this. I'm used to fighting in small hall shows. These type of things that I dream of. Fighting on Matchroom, fighting on Sky. I'm normally watching TV. I'm a massive boxing fan, so it's obviously a dream come true, and I'm going to just give it everything I've got.
Well, you've got pretty much nothing to lose, I suppose. It's the opportunity on Sky Sports. You're coming in. You fought once this year already, so it's a bit of a bonus for anyone this year to fight twice. And you've got a good record. You're the first, non-journeyman opponent he'll have faced. So there's nothing to lose, is there?
Exactly. I've got nothing to lose. Like he just signed a multi deal with Matchroom. He's signed by Tony Bellew. He's this amateur star that's got all this that's got all this pressure and expectation. For me, I just got to go out there and have a fight, and it's less pressure for me, and it's a lot more simple situation for me. Whereas it's a lot more complicated for him.
Tell us a bit about your background. How did you get into boxing, and when did you start in the sport seriously?
Yeah, so I've always liked boxing. I used to always fight with my older brother. But there was a gym not far from me when I was about 13 years old. I went down there called Carmen Centre, and took to boxing like a natural, to be honest. Within maybe about 3 months, I'd already had my first fight. I went into the schoolboy championships, got to the final, beating some names that have gone on to do well as pros. And then from there, I didn't realize how much potential and talent I had, and I kind of just fell off. I think I had 10 fights as a junior, as an amateur, and then I didn't box until my 20s after that.
Oh, right. And did you go back amateur, or did you turn pro straight away?
No, I went back amateur after that. I think I was about 21, 22 when I did like a bit of a mini comeback. I did really well. I fought in the senior novice championships. I won them, and then after that, I took another couple of years off, and it's been hard with work and different shifts and stuff like that. And then finally, after that, I realized I had a lot of potential that could go to weight if I didn't try. So after that, I turned pro, and this is where I am now, 8 fights in.
And you mentioned there that in the juniors you beat some people that went on to do well as pros. Can you tell us a couple of those?
Yeah, well, I fought Haseba in the schoolboy championship. It was only kids, 13, 14 years old. He was the big name at the time, and I went and I beat him. I fought some good guys as well. I fought Josh Whale. I fought Josh Whale. Well, I lost to Josh Whale. You can't imagine me and him fighting now.
It's like, was it Cole Froch and Jason Booth had their first amateur fights against each other, and then obviously went in different directions weight-wise, but yeah.
Yeah. And as a senior, I beat Dex Spellman, beat Richard Riacopo. So like it's all been there for me to push on with boxing. But now I'm settled down with a good coach, settled down working at the gym with a good job, and I'm just really pursuing my career, and I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Tell us about that. Who is your coach, and what gym do you train out of?
My coach is called Alistair, and we train out of Ultraflex Gym in Leeds. He's got his own little boxing gym upstairs, and I've been with him now just over 2 years. I started my professional career with a different coach, but then I came and started working with Al. It was really good. Like from the first moment I walked into the gym, I knew that's the gym I wanted to be. He's really articulate in what I want you to do, and I felt like it gave me a bit more freedom to express myself in terms of my style of boxing. So yeah, it's a good partnership.
And what do you do for a living, or are you a full-time pro now?
No, I work at the boxing gym doing like one-to-one boxing training. And I love that. I see so many different types of people and training all day. I'm in like gym environment, something that I've always wanted to do.
Brilliant. And do you have your own family now? Have you got kids and stuff?
No family, no missus. So hopefully that's on the cards in the future.
Great stuff. Just before we let you go, there'll be people out there that want to know a bit more about you leading up to the fight. How can they find you on social media?
Yeah, so my Instagram is probably the one that I use the most, and that's J Springer Show. I'm also on I'm also on Twitter as a Springer Boxer. Oh, sorry, Spring Boxer. And also you can find me on Facebook as Jermaine Springer or Jermaine Showtime Springer, which is my boxing page.
I was going to ask you if anyone ever referred to you as Jerry, but you've kind of ruined the joke now, haven't you?
I used to get called Jerry Springer all the time, to be honest.
Great stuff. All right, well, I really appreciate your time. I'll be watching the fight on Sky Sports, not BT Sport. I'll be looking forward to it. I think it's a really good fight.
Top man, thanks, Danny.
Cheers, Jermaine. Take care. Good luck.
Cheers.